coming at you from El Metro in Medellin. I'm going to a place that has a very special place in my heart. And as you can see, it's rush hour. We packed in here like sardines. I'm going north. I'm gonna get off in El Centro, and I'll show you guys in a minute and explain to you where I'm gonna be going today. So let's go.
Madurito, los de la sopa, los del sancocho, aguacate, 2 en 3.000, 10 mandarinas en 2.000, 10 mandarinas en 2.000 mandarinas, mandarinas bacán, aguacate, 6 bananas en 2.000, oiga, aguacate están como se ven, 2 aguacates en 3.000.
Guys, so today I'm going to Santa Elena, Medellin's mountain village. The journey starts here in the center of Medellin, in the urban jungle. And then I'll make my way up the mountain and we'll be basically in the countryside in a whole different vibe. I find it amazing how you could start in the most busy urban part of the city and then end up in a place that feels like you're 1,000 miles away. Oh shit. Alright. So to get there, we have to take the bus from El Centro, and it takes us up the mountain and it takes us straight there. So loud, I don't even know if y'all can hear me. Some books over here. Medellin is located at 4,900 feet above sea level, which is why it has a mild and pleasant climate, and it is known as a city of eternal spring. Santa Elena is about 8,000 feet above sea level. So on this bus ride, we're going to rise about 3,100 feet. We're gonna be in a completely different climate. It's cold, the vegetation is different, and y'all will see why I love this place. So guys, I'm basically going to Santa Elena to take a break from the city, spend some time in nature, to meditate, reflect, and just have a switch up my environment. I think it's always good to switch up your environment every once in a while, reset, and get out of the stressful hustle and bustle of the city. So as you can see all around me, and as you saw on the train, it's rush hour right now. Everybody's going home, and it's madness right now. There's car traffic, people traffic, buses, the train is full, the trolley. Here we have one of the old churches. Whoa, look at this church. That's crazy. Guys, can you believe that there's a mass going on in the middle of all this craziness? That's pretty wild. So it looks like it might rain. Holy Lord. It's actually quite hot right now. I'm type sweating with this bag and all this walking, so I'm pretty happy that I'm going to be in a different weather soon. I'm going to be in a colder climate soon. Cool off, have some fresh air. It's going to be great. I guys, so on the bus, as you can see, we're packed out like sardines as usual. It's rush hour. And first we have to pass through El Barrio Buenos Aires on our way up. And then once we pass that, then it's just gonna be nature and mountain. So right now we're going through it, through Buenos Aires. And yeah, there was a huge rain cloud before, but it didn't come through. It didn't rain. It went the other way. So y'all can see. You have to pass through all these hoods to get up to that top of the mountain. Well, it takes about 45 minutes to get there. So I'll report back in a little bit. Already I could feel the cold breeze. I could already feel that the weather has changed up here, and we're not even halfway there yet. Alright guys, I don't even know what time it is. I'm speaking softly because there's other people who live in the house that I'm staying in, so I think it's probably about like 5:30 to 6. This is my bed with many blankets. Under this one there's like 1, 2, 3 blankets, bro, because it's really cold at night. And reading up on the history of Colombia. Here I got a little space for my clothes. There's a fireplace. So obviously, if you come to a cloud forest, bring an umbrella so you can go out and eat lunch. Look at this, man. You see how green and lush everything is? It's a fucking... That's my balcony on the top over there. Sancocho. We're chicken, potatoes, plantain. Las arepitas, aquí está la masa, y el fogón de leña. ¿Dónde chocolate? ¿Así está aquí? ¿En esta misma casa?
No, aquí más arriba.
Ah, ok.
Acá la papelera aquí más arriba. Aquí en esta parte hace 45 años.
¿Y ha cambiado mucho Santa Elena desde que has estado aquí?
Claro que sí, todo esto era monte y cultivos. Ahora no es sino casos del recreo.
Sí.
Sí, ha cambiado, 100%.
Y que antes todo el mundo se conocía, ¿verdad?
Claro. Todos los nativos nos conocíamos y todavía uno pues los conoce, pero hay más gente de Medellín que nativos.
Sí, es cierto.
Pero la mayoría se han ido para Medellín, para Río Negro, los nativos quedamos poquitos.
¿Y antes por acá se cultivaba mucha flor o qué se cultivaba o de todo?
De todo. Primero, anteriormente era mucha papa y frijol, de maíz, de todo.
Ajá.
Y después flores, y ahora ya hay nada. Porque ya
Ahora ya casi no hay cultivos.
Nada. Ya yo tengo un cultivo de allá por encima de también. Así cultivo de mora.
Look how peaceful these lambs live their life. Grazing in the pasture in the mountains of Antioquia. Buenas. ¿Qué están cultivando? ¿Qué van a cultivar aquí?
Fresa.
Fresa.
Sí.
Todo esto.
Eso es que van a sembrar de fresa.
Ah, chévere.
El comentario.
Ah, están limpiando la maleza.
Estamos limpiando maleza, pues ya la pasé para el retiro.
Ah, bueno. Están preparando tamales. ¿Y de qué contienen?
Traen cerdo, pollo, de todo, masa de maíz, papa, zanahoria.
Ah, chévere. Mira.
Un servicio de restaurante.
Ah,
pero
ok, pero solo bajo reserva.
Solo bajo reserva.
Ah,
sí, porque
ok.
no tenemos letrero, entonces y nos gusta hacerlo como un poco privado y como evitamos los desperdicios en cocina, entonces cocinamos como para la cantidad justa de personas que vienen.
Ah, sí.
Ujú.
Ah, bueno, excelente. Guys, look how beautiful the flowers are in the high Andes mountains. You don't see flowers like this anywhere else, man. For me, the high Andes mountains are a very magical place. The energy here is unlike anywhere I've ever been in my entire life. You just feel that there's some type of power, some type of sacred ancient power here. And the indigenous people came to the Paramos, to the high parts of the mountains, to do ceremonies, to open portals, to travel in dimensions, and to communicate with the earth. So there's a lot of magic and secrecy. There's like a mysterious, spooky vibe, but also a healing energy at the same time. So it's hard to put into words, but I think that's why it attracts a lot of people who like to do shrooms and ayahuasca, who want to grow their own food, who want to be more connected to the spiritual side of life. Alright guys, seems like there's something here. Made it to some type of lookout, let's see. Medellin. I was trying to take a cinematic shot right there, shit. So I'm gonna continue down this path over here and see if we can get a better look at the Aburra Valley, which is where Medellin is located. So y'all can see the valley. It's kind of like a bowl. And up here is where we at. I can't tell which part of the city. Oh my God, you see that lightning? God forbid. All right, let's get off this rock. I heard if you get struck by lightning, if you're wearing shoes, you die. If you're barefoot, the electrical charge gets equalized by the grounded energy of the earth. Check it out, guys. So, if I'm not mistaken, this right here below me is El Poblado. And I can see the building where I live from here. This is officially the highest fucking viewpoint that you could see Medellin from. I'm way above Medellin over here. Look, that's El Tesoro. These are the mountains that you can see from El Centro Comercial, from the mall El Tesoro. Here you can see the north, Santo Domingo, Bello. Alright guys, we came, we saw, we conquered. I made it. Beautiful view of the city. I'm super satisfied that my efforts paid off. And now let's head back before it rains. I got very lucky that I didn't get wet, that it didn't rain on me. So shouts to the mountain gods for showing me some mercy. And we're gonna say goodbye to this beautiful view of the valley of Aburra. Imagine how this used to look before it was filled with buildings. I mean, the city looks amazing, but imagine how this looked like when it was just jungle, mountain, nature. Probably looked crazy. Anyway, let's head back. Gonna eat a big meal when I get back and just chill for the rest of the day, because this walk was quite long. It took me like 2.5 hours. Guys, this bird right here is native to the Andes Mountains. It's called a barranquero andino in Spanish, and in English it's called an Andean motmot. You can see it has a beautiful long blue tail with 2 feathers at the end and a crown of neon blue. It has red eyes and a green, dark green, like a forest green body. So this bird has accompanied me on my treks and my adventures through the Andes Mountains of Colombia. And I always take a moment to admire its beauty whenever I see one, especially close like this. What a beautiful bird. Guys, this water is delicious. Oh my God. That is, whenever I see a stream, like a clean stream like this coming from a forest, I always drink from it, and it always tastes delicious. Like, regular water does not come close. Tap water, bottled water. This is the way water should taste. It comes out from the forest, gets filtered through rocks. Pure mountain mineral water. Ah, oh my God. That's like getting high, bro. That's like drugs right there. Thank you, mountain. I love you. Would you guys be spooked out in this cloud forest by yourself? Can't lie. It is a bit spooky dooky. Like, I've been to Santa Elena before, but I've never been in a fog like this. Crazy. It's making it super dark. The sun's having a hard time shining through all these clouds. Whoa. This is trippy, guys. All right, guys, so we're back on the main road, back in civilization. This is the place where I ate when I first got here. Today we're gonna try at a different spot, which is right down the road. Shout out to the bus. We're back once again, munching out with Andres. What do we have here, guys? Can you tell? Of course, it's the famous Bandeja Paisa. So, I'm super hungry, so I always order this if I have a big appetite. We got an egg with some rice, beans, blood sausage, fried pork belly, plantain, avocado, and a little salad. I'm gonna give y'all a little history lesson. Although I'm not sure the exact history, but I know that the campesinos, the people who lived and worked in the countryside, in the mountains, in Colombia and Antioquia, their work was very difficult. It was very physically demanding. So whether it was working in a mine, whether it was growing food or working with cattle, working in the mountains is very strenuous work. So the Bandeja Paisa was created by the campesinos with all of the foods that they grew and the foods that they loved in a mix in one plate, with a lot of protein, a lot of carb, to keep them going and keep them strong so that they could finish the day off and work efficiently. So that's the Bandeja Paisa. All the pork, the eggs from the gallinas, the plantain, the ground beef, the beans, all of it is food that is grown in Antioquia, and it's just a staple. It's a staple for that reason, and if you ever have a big appetite, it's the perfect thing to eat. So let's take a bite real quick of the chicharrón, which is like the most important piece of the Bandeja Paisa.
Esto no se puede comparar a Medellín.
No, uno aquí se siente muy lejos de la ciudad,
Sí, claro.
pero está ahí cerquita. Pero a veces hace muchísimo frío. O sea,
Pero se acostumbra uno.
a veces por las mañanas le da a uno pereza pararse la cama, ¿no?
La señora me quita la cobija por 4 o 5 veces por la mañana. Ya bañé, pues amor, me quita la cobija y yo la busco y me...
Y se arropa de nuevo.
Ay,
Qué frío. Alright guys, so right now I'm in la vereda de San Ignacio. A vereda, I'm not really sure how it would translate to English. It's not quite a pueblo, it's not quite a town. It's not a village either. It's like a area of countryside where there's farms, there's some houses, there's some stores, but it's not really, it doesn't have like a main square or a church like most pueblos have in the center. It's just like a countryside area where people live, have farms, grow food, have animals. And this is it. This is one of them. Santa Elena is made up of 32 veredas. So this one that I'm in, like I said, is called San Ignacio, after the Saint Ignacio, obviously. And today is my last day here. I'm gonna be going to some charcos, some rivers, have a nice chill day, and then later go back down to the city. So guys, from here you can see the St. Nicholas Valley, El Valle de San Nicolás, in which there are multiple pueblos. One of them is Rio Negro, which is basically like a small city at this point. El Carmen de Viboral, Marinilla, and there's a few more that I'm not remembering right now, but this is the St. Nicholas Valley of the eastern region of Antioquia. You can see it's very beautiful. So I've been going downhill this whole time, and it's actually starting to get really warm. I think I'm descending so much that I'm going back down to a warmer thermic floor. I'm actually getting quite hot in this hoodie. So we're on our way to the river.
Derecho por aquí por este camino y a mano izquierda hay un camino, si te acercas ahí ve el camino.
Camino está ahí.
Pero no vaya a meter donde hay uno no sigue para abajo.
Okay. Hay como una cerca. Ahí uno se mete.
Nampe.
Sí. Ah, bueno.
Sí, para abajo.
Bueno, listo, gracias.
Gracias, la orden.
Que les vaya bien.
Chao.
Chao.
Yo vuelvo a bajar.
All right, guys, you can hear the waterfall. The trail was very tricky because there was a lot of parts that were super muddy, like mud up to almost up to my knee. Nah, not up to my knee, like halfway up my shin. So it was a bit tricky, but this looks fucking amazing, man. Like, it's so deep in the woods, it's so far away from any civilization. To me, the most beautiful aspect of Colombia is the people. They're so open, you know, they're so warm-hearted and easy to talk to. They love to tell stories, they love to have conversations, share a drink, share some food. So I really love the people here, and I want to share the stories that they have to tell. But I also want to share the beautiful nature that Colombia has. And for me, that's one of the most important reasons, and one of the main reasons why I came to live here, is to be more connected with the nature. I deeply resonate with the mountains. My ancestors are from here. I was the first person in my bloodline to be born outside of Colombia for who knows how long. As Latinos, our genetics are all mixed up. We have Arabic blood, Spanish blood, indigenous and African blood, and many other ethnicities that I'm sure there's a lot more. But I don't know when were the last ancestors of mine that were born outside of Colombia. So I'm the first to be born outside of this territory in centuries. So I feel very connected with the mountains, especially because this is where my ancestors are from, Antioquia and Santander, which are the mountainous regions of Colombia. So for me, it's important to share this with y'all and to show you the beautiful nature that Colombia has to offer, the tranquility and the unique ecosystems and the different types of natural places that it has. For example, the mountains, also the coast. We have an Atlantic and Pacific coast. There's 2 deserts in Colombia. There's the plains, which I have a video of, the Amazon, and then the high plateaus in the south on the border with Ecuador. So we have so much. It's one of the most diverse countries in the world in terms of its people and in terms of its topography and climates and vegetation and animals and everything. It's really one of the most magical places on earth. So I want to share with y'all all the experiences that are here, and yeah.
No es como